I've just about had enough of 2024, and I'm ready to lock it away in Pandora's box along with all the other horrifying hopes and dreams that should never see the light of day again. It's over, officially. From the threat of World War III to the rise of the murder hornets, this year has brought so many unexpected encounters to us, including the travesty that is this channel. No! That's right, a whole 316 Crusaders strong, and I don't know whether I should be running around like the excited little man-child I am, now that I've witnessed Big Daddy Fulgrim come home with the milk, doing his best Green Goblin impression. Or if I should be running around terrified because of the knowledge that I can actually be successful and do something competent, provided that I actually put some effort in. Imposter syndrome aside, I've spent the last few weeks looking through the channel analytics to see how things have evolved since the very first Primaris video in March, and it's safe to say that I've come a long way and learnt quite a few things. But I didn't do it by myself. First of all, there's my mum. That is right, she is actually an orc. It's pretty terrifying, I must say. But she listens to my incoherent ramblings every time I try to make a thumbnail with the skill set of a toddler finger painting whilst blindfolded. Then of course there's my dad, who's the mech, and he's made all kinds of weird crazy things in the past at the behest of the boss. Either way, whatever he does, I kind of steal whatever scraps are left, and that's what you've seen in this channel. Just whenever I get a cool thing, I'm like, hey, I like that piece, I'm gonna steal it. And I usually get away with it, unless it's a servo skull. Of course, there's my granddad. He would look at whatever painted minis that I shoved in his face and he would have absolutely no idea what I was talking about or what any of it meant, but he was like, hey, good job, go make some more. Of course, there's the two gits that resemble whatever remains of my two brothers, who basically go around to any poor sorry fool who's dumb enough to listen to them for more than 3 seconds, and then they go and tell them all about this channel and try and inflate my ego. Then of course there is my uncle, who has promised me that if I so much as mention his existence, he will punish me in such a way that even the Dark Eldar will be running scared for their lives. Thanks to his lessons, the channel has exploded since the Morganrau videos, which is when he first taught me, so thank you to him, and we will continue to pretend that you don't exist. But there is one major issue that I must fix, or all of these people will personally lynch me, and that is my consistency. Looking through the history of the channel, we find that there are quite a few gaps in between videos, and that all comes down to one major issue, and that is time. However, models take time to build and paint, and videos also take time to script, write and execute. Not to mention the chronic illness that is in my arm. If you want to know a bit more about that, look into complex regional pain syndrome. I'll leave a link down below where you can have a little look at it. I have it through my entire left arm, and let's put it this way, it's a little difficult to paint details when your arm is shaking around faster than a washing machine on its highest spin setting. All excuses aside, when I first began this part of the channel, I wanted to put out a video once every week, and in its current form, I'm not really able to do that. So I have two options for you. So, option 1 is pretty simple. I release a video once every 2 weeks. This means every year you get about 26 videos. That means I get about a week to do the model, and then a week to make the video. Option 2. And this is the option personally that I prefer, and this is doing it on an A/B system. So on average, a month has 4 weeks in it, with the occasional sneaky one in there. So on week A we have a simpler video, and this is where I talk more about tips, tricks, how to make certain elements, say like sandbags, barbed wire, all of that kind of thing, or maybe talk about a broader concept like I did with the creativity video. On week B, this is where the project videos come out, so kind of like the videos that we've had now, where I'm trying to show you what I've built, what I've painted, how and why. The difference with the week B is that because during week A we're going over more technical stuff, there'll be less rambling about that kind of thing in week B. And this is so that you can take the ideas from those projects and apply them to your own work. You can either comment below or go to the community tab and vote on the poll. Regardless of what you choose, I'm very grateful for all of you that have subscribed this year. I started in March with a Primaris Marine from a starter magazine. It was a great return to the hobby. I've learnt a lot of skills since then. I've also rediscovered and relearnt a lot of things that I knew beforehand when I was doing Warhammer back when I was in school. Anyway, the next video is being put together pretty much right now. I've scripted it out. I've just got to record it and then edit it and splice in the visual footage. If you want a little teaser, I don't know how well you can see this, but I have been working on some skeletons. You can't actually see any detail because the webcam won't work, because I've got a light right over here, I've got a light here, and I've got this window behind me. But it's kind of the best I can do right now. But I've got some skeletons, and I've got a second... What? I've got a second diorama in the works, which is for the skeletons, which is... I'm sure some of you might recognize this. Maybe if I just finagle this a little bit. I'm sure some of you will instantly recognize those crosses as Trench Crusade. We're trying to make a little proxy Trench Crusade diorama right now. So I've got some stuff in the works. It's very exciting. I'm looking forward to next year and what is going to come from the channel. I have a lot of goals and aspirations for the hobby, and I'm excited to see what comes from it. So let me know what you think on those two options, and whatever you do, make things, have fun, and I'll see you next year on Cursed Crusader Arts. Bye bye. Oh man, I don't know what was in me today, but I did not read that script half as well as what I should have, but I spat that out like an absolute genius. Incredible. I'll probably never be able to sound that coherent again in my life.